Moving on to Billy Date versus Vinpetrolium.
Yeah, and battle of blood between these two. Will family overcome? Definitely not, because one has to go to the loser's bracket, and that's so cool. I love that because, you know, the fighting game community and sharing it with those that you love is great. And like you said, the last official match they played was 2 years ago. This is a different game at this point, so let's see if the difference has been decided.
Yeah, and I'm glad that it brings out the mains out of both players, right? Vinpetrolium, right? He kind of talked about Rashid being on the docket, but his Bison was more than effective. They got him up to this point, but here comes Billy Date now. We talked about it, early aggression. We've seen what he's capable of on offense, but now Billy Date, the one taking his turns back, bringing it back to the mid-screen.
Yeah, and I love this from Vinpetrolium. And the thing here, too, is yesterday we saw a very heavy, normal-focused game from Vinpetrolium. I want to see if we get that same case here, but we've got a case. When the brother beats you up, he gets you with that nice uppercut, and the parents separate you. That's what we just saw there. You know, break it up, back to mid-screen. You got to start over, all right? No more scuffles.
And that was a blatant call-out, too.
Yeah.
You notice that Vinpetrolium is keen to throwing out some of these psycho axes in certain places, so Billy Date having the right of mind to use that nuke to jump to his advantage.
Ooh.
EX knee snap, sir. The scissor kick. Knee press nightmare. Thank you. That's what it was. Thank you, Brain.
Sometimes we need a little more brain power. It is early. Remember, we just got a donut the last game, so maybe a little more sugar in the system, but a little bit more meter spent on the side of Vinpetrolium. This V-trigger activation, and no, the V-shift answers both. I like that. Uh-oh.
The Jacker Fool. He tried to do it again!
Yes, I love that answer. Oh.
He still got trigger left.
Yep, and in the corner. The corner carry was the most important part here, and Ed is starting to shine as Bison. You really challenged there?
Oh my god.
That was insane! And the throw tech was huge, and
that was actually a little cheeky. Billy Date thought he had Vinpetrolium shook with a little bit of life left, but Vin still being able to check the dashes, crouching medium punch pretty much spelled death for Billy Date.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this matchup. These players definitely have to, you know, have an intimate understanding of each other's play styles because, family, you're going to be running this match all the time, and it's a mind game that you typically wouldn't see at this level. This
is the most comfortable I've seen Vinpetrolium actually play in comparison to how he performed over in the top 16. Oof. And that's a pretty big statement because not a lot of players are as familiar with Ed.
Yeah, and I mean, with that familiarity, I feel like this is potentially the best bracket situation for Vinpetrolium, but you still got to beat Billy Date. And making a good case right now, but you have to walk out of the corner. That walk speed is definitely a detriment for the side of Bison. Oh, no.
That was actually a pretty good angle to get the jump in. And now it's all flicker pressure, a good amount of chip. And again, the reads from Billy Date, knowing full well when Vinpetrolium wants to go for that trigger activation.
It's back with 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's the advanced tech. Ooh. That was a very sick trade, actually.
I like that, yeah.
I love the spacing too. Yeah, trying to absorb the fireball, but Billy Date pretty much ahead. Yeah, and I love faking the fireballs now. No, sir. No, sir. Can't use my fireball against me.
Yeah, and that's so good. The faking of the fireball is huge. It's like, I'm really testing your reactions now, but testing your wits. Great jump out. Once again, trying to be cheeky in the corner.
Trying to steal turns, yeah.
No way. Yeah, you are
That's
super
so
dead.
much damage. That is so much damage now. I just love the kind of damage output Ed has now.
Yeah, people continue to post on Twitter like these super high damaging Ed combos that are available utilizing the V-trigger, but he has it without the V-trigger as well.
Yeah, he has it a lot more available off of the light routes, which is pretty important now. So just the damage consistency all across the board, like that's been the biggest change for a lot of these characters.
Yeah, unlocking their potential and really giving them a place to shine right now. Vinpetrolium shining on this offense, but the whip punishes have been so consistent from Billy Date. Oh, man, escaping that OP situation. When are you going to try to opt to DP? Did you want to bust out? Yep, get off me.
That was so confusing.
Yeah, I didn't even understand how he got to the cross-up.
Wow!
Uh-oh, feature activation. This is where the steal can happen. Chase down on the V-ship. One more touch, plus frames, let me guess. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, again. Oh, it's so important. He's got one more set. If he lands a hit, he gets critical art. Oh boy, he put himself in pressure. He can do it 2 more times.
Look at the touch, and I love this
He
decision.
can't get critical art. He
Yeah.
can't get critical art.
You have no, you can't block.
If you jump in and critical art right on top of their face, I don't know if they get uppercut. Can they? No, they probably could.
Yeah. So patient, 23 seconds. You have to be watching that clock because now Billy Date knows that you can't make any mistakes, and
That
there
was
it
nice.
was. Gets punished finally for the fake out right there, just a little bit like super fast from the fireball, and saving all the resources from Vinpetrolium, playing the clock. So smart.
As much as I like that opener. Okay, this is a lot better now. Billy Date does get the corner. What's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of chip coming in from Flicker. Unless the throw has something to say first. Billy Date does get exposed down below.
Yeah, good check on the shimmy right there. One of the great answers is that reward on Wake Up, but gonna need even more answers here. The stun not even needed because you're dead, and Billy Date up with the 2-0, swift and quick with it. And the gap was just so ingrained because the first time that Vin tried to jump out, crouching medium punch was already there, got a quick reset, and then grab came right after. So you can't jump, you can't block, but you can die. And, you know, do or die right now on the Rashid in the pocket.
What is the Walking Dead? You can jump, you can block. There'll be plenty of that.
Oh,
but you will die.
Oh, man. And again, it's just Vinpetrolium has not gotten an opportunity to play.
Damn, the frame trap, and still not within range of grab. Oh boy, taking you for a ride, that is for sure. Worth the meter, you already know.
Air
no
footsies.
quick rise, it doesn't matter. Vinpetrolium.
This is what I said I wanted to see yesterday, the air footsies, but you know what? The grab being represented once again. Billy Date now on set point. I don't care how many air footsies you have, ground-based gaming.
That was actually a slight mishap on Vinpetrolium's behalf, too. Yeah. Like, had he not missed that sequence, it would have been big trouble, because he could have gone into anything that was like a block string or even like slightly unsafe to activate into trigger.
Yeah, and that next touch was stunned too, so it would have been a different story without that mistake. But in this stage, you cannot be making those mistakes. We saw it with the flash kick earlier on the side of Apollo. Vinpetrolium's got one more opportunity. Got caught out this time by the anti-air. So much damage.
I always forget that this song has lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's talking about that? Oh boy.
Yeah, that was such a good answer to the V-Trigger activation, completely nullifying it, and probably won't be able to build another one this game. Oh, man. Oh, no, we're partying.
I'm loving this mobility, too, from V-Skill 2 in general.
I feel like we don't get enough representation of this V-Skill. Will the power it has. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that was really scary, but, you know, conquering their peers. Vinpetrolium fighting back.
And we haven't really seen an uppercut from Billy Date. Flex your size as an off defensive tool. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Just threading the needle when it comes to getting around. Man, that animation is so cool. Getting around the whirlwind shot from Vinpetrolium was more than enough. Billy Date. Vinpetrolium versus Ren. As we got to get through this step first. Bison versus Ken. Vinpetrolium versus Ren.
It's only going to get meaner from this point forward, and you know, looking mean so far. Ren has found the answer in all of his matches beforehand, and that is definitely a great answer right there, using a Fierce DP to get a great reversal punish.
I love the evolution of this stage from what we saw in the very beginning of Street Fighter V. A very random remark, but I love how it turned out, man.
It's
reminiscing. Anyways.
It was from the first demo, too, the Chun-Li versus Ryu. Crazy amount of fireballs on the screen.
Just the design. Okay, I'll get into that another time. Vinpetrolium, it's so well designed. Yeah, we see a lot of anti-movement from Ren in plus frame scenarios that Vin has been putting himself in, right? We saw the Psycho Axe pretty much established a couple of times. Ren is still trying to like jump his way out of certain things, but Vin's been checking with lights, so he knows the reset's going to be happening. I do like that from Vin.
Yeah, loving that from Vin, and I'm loving this varying of jumps from the side of Ren. Double neutral jump, then going forward, trying to bait out Vinpetrolium to be unconfident about the anti-airs and these presses in neutral. So Ren, again, continues to jump in without the anti-airs. Vin can't get a read.
Plus frame scenario, checking the movement as well. Ren pretty, okay. I was going to say he was reluctant to move out, obviously, because of the movement checks from Vinpetrolium, but look at all the chip damage and the gray light that's happening. Any one big, if that was a roundhouse as the trigger, that would have been huge for Ren.
Again, no anti-airs on these jump-ins, and 10 seconds left. Ren knows that you have to go in now. No whip punish on the throw.
But you do get a whip punish off the target combo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a wrap.
We'll take it. Don't even quick rise. So the thing is about Vinpetrolium is that it's so much harder to anti-air as Bison.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would have to rely on like the hell attack, which is jump medium. But other than that, he can't touch jab anymore. If he wants to throw out something like a crouching heavy punch, he has to do it a little bit earlier. And Ken can change his trajectory with meter, right?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that could have been Tatsu, right?
Yeah, I think that was an input error and a half. Oh, this is the first big touch that Ren has been able to get. Now trying to get that lockdown. And I love that going straight back to neutral. Feeling comfortable here. Approach. And again, like you said, the anti-airs, it's a little bit harder to get there. So now Vinpetrolium is the one at the deficit in the corner. Ren, are you going to sacrifice 3 meters to win the game? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. Looking for that hit confirm. Sweep activate. Plus
Ooh. I love that interaction too. The crouching medium punch just barely ducking away from the standing medium punch. The bomb has been planted. No diffuse kit. Actually, he did get diffused.
That was pretty good. Counter Ken's win. Oh man, now walk down in the corner, but the check once again has a little bit of V-trigger left. Again, the reversal. Oh, and yeah, that was so smart. I didn't even see it. And that is the one time that the critical art being blocked pays off for Renz.
We'll take it.
We take those.
It's been about time, I feel like.
Oh, man. We have a T and C on the screen, but that was a little TLC. Giving the L over to Vinpetrolium right there. Ren, again, stuck in the corner, trying to escape here. Yep, get off. There it is, finally, the anti-air, the preemptiveness. You said you have to get it, but these jump-ins can no longer go unanswered.
Ooh! Did that stuff out of EX scissor kick?
I think so. Again, these movement checks have been so good, and you got to check yourself because one more interaction will do it. And the jab, wake up, you know, taking the risk. Ooh! No! Doesn't matter. All right, it was a fancy frame kill.
We'll definitely take those. So what happens now, right? Ren is going to play the cat and mouse game for a while. Does get a big opener off the punish on the slide. Vinpetrolium still trying to play the life lead game. Now he's pressing the issue.
Yep. And in that situation, because of that gray health build, that jab is all you need. And Ren trying to steal the turn. So first game, going over to Vinpetrolium. Absolutely love that.
Like the block Tatsu. I wonder where Vinpetrolium's mental would have been.
That's a mental boom right there. R plus frames, and you're just sitting there as Bison. You're like, man, I don't even know. I think that jump was definitely the attempt at the medium, but not able to get it once again. And the anti-airs had, like, that's the story of Ren's offense. As soon as he gets these jump ins and he gets to apply the pressure, it's so hard for Vin to escape. Ooh, yes.
Oh, wow. The overhead. The first time he actually flexercised it, right? He's shown off that card for the first time in the entirety since top 16.
Yeah,
like,
didn't
been able to.
Yeah, didn't show it off at all yesterday. It was all throws, and you made a huge point of that yesterday too. So, Vinpetrolium, you didn't even see that in the tapes. How'd you know? That was so good. Just enough damage. The last hit of the heavy Tatsu.
Round 2.
Sometimes the neutral jump pays dividends against someone like Bison. He likes to move forward inherently with some of his normals, right? Even some of his special moves is just going to be charging forward. So there's a very good call. That's going to be tough.
Nice.
Yeah, Ren with the proper punish.
Love that.
From that far.
Wow, you get a full punish?
You sure do. You sure do.
Again, has the full meter stock. Are we drawing the circle? How are we going to utilize this? Maybe a little EXDP action. Doesn't have the V-trigger just yet, too, so you can't be incredibly explosive. The range was just not close enough. The Ren still, every touch, giving him that edge.
Oh, there's the hell attack.
Finally.
Yeah, the full interaction, air to air. There's that.
Right now, you got to guess.
Back throw? No, forward throw. Even more. That's going to be just fine. I like that a lot. Coming in from Vinpetrolium.
And then 2 sticks of butter on the screen, too. It was a cheap win, and Vinpetrolium immediately establishing that pressure, not afraid to spend. Oh, that was good.
I like the stance so far. Yeah, busting out with the scissor kick, plus frames after that, keeping Ren in lockdown. The chip is pretty much there. The escape, even more so for Ren. Does get the big opener. The cross-up is so hard to contest as Bison, but it's all Ren right now. Plus frames, what are you going to do about it?
Yep, continuing to lock down, but the sweep activate was there, and I love that aggressive V reversal. Not going to opt to try to go for the V trigger, but escaping the corner. Absolutely love that from Vin, and now all that effort gone. But now V trigger is available. Anti-air comes out, the preemptiveness, and that's the difference that we've been seeing from Vinpetrolium. The anti-air is coming in multiple different ways.
Even the air-to-air, right?
Yep.
Utilizing the EX stomps is such a good tool. When you see somebody go airborne, you can respond with the head stomp. Although I will say, it's not invincible. It's only invincible to like projectiles and whatnot.
Yep.
But it's still a great tracker to stop somebody air to air. It's pretty consistent, at least.
Yeah. Oh, you actually might be dead right here. DP follow up.
Natsu first.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna be so close. I do think this.
No,
is...
you're hella dead.
Yeah.
You're smelling the brunt of that fire. That is right in the heel.
That's some
Tar
gold,
foot.
That's some gold bond right there.
He's kicking your chin at the speed of sound. with steel toe boots.
You die. You just EX die.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it from Ryu, too. If he hit you with that donkey kick and the solar plexus wearing those steel-toed boots, I think you'd just break in half.
Yeah, he's giving everybody like the advantage by not wearing anything but the gi. And
Exactly.
Like, he's even wearing padding on his fist. Anyways, we're going into it. Speaking of boots, look at the amount of chip damage you get from the scissor kick. That's been like the main tool of offense so far from Vinpetrolium. Shadow Axe activation, now checking.
And trying to escape the back jump. Still stuck in the corner, but the patience, air-to-air, that trade definitely goes in the favor of Vinpetrolium. Locked down again. Got to be wary of the bomb, too, but the back jump once again. Back medium kick.
Oh. Man, just dashing up in there immediately after the throw break.
Nice B reversal. Again, all this great health is going to be so important, and not able to get the jump in. Tried, but that counter hit was huge, and that consistency is key. But Ren just not afraid to keep going to the skies. I know before we had that comment of only jump sometimes, just once.
Yeah.
Ren does not follow that rulebook.
Not at all. And that was an early jump fierce, by the way. That was a counter hit that caught Vinpetrolium. Oh, and that's so awkward, too. And I love that. Just in time to get the punish off of the light and a full sequence. Just going into the uppercut. That was really smart.
Down once again. Going for the whole sequence, but Ren being respectful. Yep.
Oh, that hit such an awkward angle. If that crossed up, I would have been pretty sad about that.
Super smoked. Good check on the dash once again. Not getting the hit, though. But again, the screen position is the most important part here. Now, Vinpetrolium playing the same game that Ren had to play.
That was so smart from
yes.
Ren. I'm very surprised Vin had gone for the standing light kick because majority of the time he did standing jabs.
Yeah.
Just
there
like that. And that keeps him safe. He understood the assignment afterwards. He knew that after the top, it doesn't matter anyway.
I love that. Saving the shimmy for the very end there. And because every single situation otherwise, Ren has walked forward, tried to go for the meaty, maybe even a throw. It's for you. I'm busting out. And here's the shimmy I've been holding on to.
Yeah. Even before that, I think there was just one of those moments where Vin was just like so eager to finally play offense because of how oppressive Ren was with his meter, right? Like really using the EX bar for a lot of these different moments with EX Tatsu majority of the time.
Yep.
And I love that punish too, just the jump out for the reset, punishing the orb, or the cycle blast technically.
Nice scissor kick comes out, and we're back to this neutral position. Ren does have the bar to work with. How are you going to utilize it this time? It's been EX Tatsu for the most part. Yep, needed to block that. But again, the corner position is the most important here. Got out, and now Ken in that same position that made Vin a little bit hesitant. Run the offense once again.
Man, Ren has gotten so many dashes unchecked.
So many jumps too, and you have to be catching those at this point. But sweep activate, and a huge V reversal to slow down. Look at the gray health. It's going to be huge in determining this next situation because one more knockdown could mean your death. But true for both sides. Oh no!
Yeah, I think more so for Vin than it does for for Ren than it does for Vin because like Ren is at such a deficit. Yeah, even now, Ren letting go of that critical art, I don't think it's going to be enough. He has like another sequence for sure. Oh, and the throw tag afterwards. That jab was so good.
You will build that meter off at the touch. Gotta be so careful. And again, look,
he can't take any more block. Actually, no, he'll get V reversal.
But it doesn't matter. Look at 8 seconds on the clock. And now, if you get locked down at all, you're dead!
Yeah.
So good from Ren. 4 seconds in Vinpetrolium because played the patient approach, needed to try to go for a contest, maybe with the jab we've seen before, but nothing comes out, and Ren says, I'm taking this opportunity. This is my moment.
Then with all the meter to work with, finally gets the hell attack clean in anticipation for Ren jumping.
Yep, there it is. Now the anti-airs are coming on deck. This is what we
Look
weren't
at
seeing
how
from
much
Vin
more-
before. Yeah.
He's so much more aggressive. Didn't mean to cut you off on that one, but look at this. He's just flying and schmoving around the screen, trying to get redemption for that last round. What?
That was so good.
What do you mean? Oh,
Okay.
you're hella dead.
Yeah. No, one
fine, it's fine,
pixel.
it's fine.
Yeah. No, not
No,
like
it's
this.
not!
Wake up, Tatsu!
I have not seen that hit in years.
I'm used to crazy Taxi, not crazy Tatsu, and right now forcing to the corner.
Oh.
No, went for the
What?
That was a wish punish right
That was
there.
super ambitious.
Yeah. Wow.
Final round.
I mean, if it hits, you're in the corner now, but it didn't. Took the risk.
It wasn't even like EX.
No, it was
wasn't
just
even
raw.
It was just raw. Oof.
Yep. Get those plus frames once again. I love switching right back to that patient playstyle.
I don't know if we should play that.
No,
though.
I want him to go pedal to the metal because Ren was getting a little overwhelmed.
I mean, we've seen a lot more brash decision making from Ren once that offense started from Vinpetrolium, right?
Yeah, definitely started scrapping.
You notice how Vinpetrolium backed off after the EX Tatsu because he
Yep.
thought Ren was going to throw out an EX uppercut?
Yeah.
Now he has the sense of danger, right?
Yeah, and we haven't seen that EX uppercut after, but again, the shimmy coming in so clutch. Challenging this time on the movement. V-trigger is available. Gotta look out, no whiffs allowed. Again, the anti-airs are finally here, Vinpetrolium.
Ooh.
Big buffer right there.
He's trying to find an activation point. Ren is at a huge deficit, now even further in. One touch
Ooh,
away,
triple
dash forward.
This is so much
New
damage.
Madman.
Yeah, saving the critical art. Next touch will kill. Have to be so careful here. Anything will trade. Not getting reversal. Yep, that was so good.
If he jumped in fierce and then saw the reversal and critical arted, I would.
The EX Tatsu, yeah.
Yeah.
And the EX Fireball. That's been pretty much it. And then at the end, obviously the Shurirepa, the EX DPs. Again, different type of anti-air from the side of Ren. And now Vinpetrolium's the one going to the skies.
Oh,
But again, back to that fast pace. A lot of heavy normal play.
he's still reluctant to anti-air. That was just a normal Tatsu.
Yeah.
Oh, he tried to reversal. I don't even know what it was.
did wake
oh,
up Tatsu again!
Shinryuken extender, Tatsu, heavy DP. Look at the damage. Forward throw now. What happens afterwards? You're gonna jump in.
Chase down, but again, jump back jab. A plastico. Oh, again! I thought he was going to get punished
Oh,
there.
he's so smart.
Activation right there. This is huge. You got to look out for the bomb as well.
No! You put yourself in the corner.
That's rule number one. You don't do that,
And
and you can't
don't
press.
a button. That's the other rule. After the meter's been spent for EX Fireball, you are not allowed to press a button, sir.
And we learned that yesterday when we saw the attempt of a press against Akuma, but being oppressed by the EX Fireball, you cannot be doing that. Set point now for Ren. This is our first game to go the distance. Oh, backing up again, respecting the DP so much.
A lot of fear that's been instilled already for Vinpetrolium, pretty much pumping the brakes.
Nice, using the V-shift to reset, and again, corner position is huge. Ren still playing this comfortable position, making Vinpetrolium hesitant to jump, and
Word.
yeah, that was clean. Wasn't even a punish.
I think it might have been a punish. Feels like the right one. He's still pretty close up.
Oh my word.
Yeah, still gets to save the rest of it. Didn't use the full trigger for the extended Shinryuken.
Yeah, because now if you use the rest of that trigger right here, you kill on the next touch. No anti-air once again. Ren not being contested here, jumping over the fireball this time. Oh, and the spacing wasn't optimal.
Oh, boy.
Bet it all.
We're going to the final round. This is the first time thus far in like the entirety of top 16, up until top 8, I think. Maybe? I could be wrong.
There might have been one other situation where I think
One
we went to
other
this
one,
point,
yeah.
but again, critical moment for both of these players. Oh no, the jump arc change right there. Vinpetrolium trying to go for the anti-air finally, and that's why he's been hesitant to use it. I thought he was going to DP.
I thought so too.
Oh, the jump back!
Wait.
Spacing was wrong.
He could have gone for standing medium punch instead of back.
True. Wanted the more damage, I think. Nice, the bomb.
He was looking for. Oh, you get Psycho X!
V-Trigger is available. Do you try to V-reversal to get out of this corner situation, or do you save it for the damage? You got to make this decision fast.
Oh, he could have. I think he could have done trigger off of that.
Yeah. Just a little bit hesitant. Again, any touch will do it. Jumps in once again, and the same side, but the jump comes out. Next touch is the deciding factor for both sides. No bar on the side of Vinpetrolium.
You threw a fireball?
At that range? You can't take anything. Down to the wire, 36 seconds.
Always looking for that activation so badly. 30 seconds.
Oh, the dash block, but the grab afterwards. Vinpetrolium sending Ren out of the bracket. No movement check that time on the Bison, and it was neck and neck the entire time. But Vinpetrolium says, I'm coming for you, cousin, in the winner's side. So let's see what the story of this match ends up being. Vinpetrolium, again, has been rocking it on the Bison.
Fallen before him thus far. We'll see if Vega does get the promotion. And, you know, quite suitably over at Sagat stage. I get it.
Hey, I just took his soul. I got to go on to the next fighter, all right? Bison, you're mine now. And
that's always been the lore, actually. He's been trying to usurp Bison for the longest time.
Yeah, so this is the Telltale, the storybook ending that we could potentially have for Vega. It's like the arcade ending that he never got.
So he does get it in EX3.
Yeah,
if you beat the game with Vega, he does actually kill Bison.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if the Sacred Trolls are answered once again. Good answer right there on Universal. I like that a lot. But I don't know. I want to see if we're going to see the aggressive Vinpetrolium that overran Ren at the end of the set, or are we going to see the defensive? And right now, the aggression, the heat is on. Ooh. One more touch for stun, but the challenge on the dash. No movement allowed. Critical Art is built. Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't recognize the situation fast enough.
He had just built it too.
Yeah, it was like, it's really hard. Oh, no.
That is the Aerophon Classic.
The dash up, command grab. Aerophon has been hitting that so consistently. A couple of them have been jumped, but, you know, when your hit rate's over 60%, keep going for it. Switching it up, no longer being an aggressive pace. Vinpetrolium playing it slow. Nice check on the count. Actually, counter hit. It was a walk forward button, but answered excellently.
Ooh. That was a very meaty jab. I don't know what happened, but like time froze when I saw the last bit of active hit. That was weird. Anyways, going into it, checking the movement as well with the Aurora Spin Claw.
Back to the neutral, has the V-Trigger already active, and this is going to be huge. Has a critical art. Do you kill here? Most definitely. Aerophon Pierce exploding. Round on the board for each side. But it's, all that meter spent, which means Aerophon has the definitely has the meter lead here. And we saw what he's been able to do when he has a full stick of butter at the beginning of the round.
So far, pretty much evened up, and Aerophon does have the meter advantage. Vinpetrolium does strike first and continues to do so, checking the movement. And speaking of, the medium punches deterring the forward advancement from Vinpetrolium. Puts himself in the corner, but it was very awkward, so wasn't ready for the throw.
Got to be looking for the slide right now here, too. No V-Trigger available, but Aerophon has been representing it frequently to check the walk forward. Doing it that well. I love that V-shift. Not a lot of bar left to work with now on the side of Aerophon. Just built that second, but in just a second, you're going to continue to be locked down. No more claw.
And I love that bust out option. The double jump first. Let's get countered up as well. A lot of V-shift usage on both ends early. The universal does get punished. Oh boy, these guys are slugging. Out of there.
Yep, 50% hit rate now on that command grab for this set, and the dash up. Not able to get the full finish, but one more check. Any jab will do it to check movement. Maybe the anti-air once again. Anti-air on the side of Aerophon.
Oh boy.
I like it though. I mean, go for the command grab again. You already whiffed one. You'd never do it a third time. And
they always do stuff on that one. That was pretty good. Yeah, no, I think, Vinpetrolium does have the right idea against Aerofon Pierce, has had correct reads against the command grabs thus far. But can you continue that hot streak of making the proper reads?
Proper reads are essential here at this point, and right now reading these counter poke options from Aerofon, and just these scissor kicks are getting so much mileage, they're just falling apart. Oh, and the slide afterwards! No claw, no nothing. One more touch will stun, but the raw sweep. Yep, has the activation this time, gets frame trap. Uh-oh. Yeah, get off me. Oh my god, such huge damage! Woo! Shimmy Turner. I made a wish. Give me another round.
Heavy wishing for a burner. Vinpetrolium having all the right movement, the right counters for the wall dive as well.
That was such a good weight into the
Psycho
throw
Axe,
right there.
good
Yeah.
shit. Ooh. A lot of straight hits.
Yeah, everything is just connecting for the side of Vinpetrolium. Heavy normal placements. And no anti-air this time. A little bit awkward. You have to be preempted, but the V-ship connects this time. Oh, that was so good. Yeah.
Such a sick response from Aerofon Pierce.
And I love this, continually utilizing the Devil's Reverse to make Aerofon guess about the jump-ins. And yes, there we go, full extension on the anti-air.
Plus frames, plus 2 to be exact, I think.
Ooh. Devil's Reverse gets caught by the command grab. A little bit of misspacing there. Has the V-trigger available too. You got to be so aware of that.
Oh,
No
the
kill.
was there. Oh boy,
Got to be so careful. What a cheat.
we haven't seen that exercise at all yet. Oh boy, I wonder if you could have slid to attempt to recover yet. Oh, you thought you had enough time to recover in front of him. That's what he was looking for initially. He wanted the Psycho Blast to catch Aerofon Pierce, but there was not enough life. So even if he got that trade, if he lived just a little bit, he would have got the kill.
Vinpetrolium fighting off a little bit more. They can chew at that distance.
Oh boy. Checking with the medium punch again. Ooh. What a call out. I feel like he was going to go to that option regardless.
But
right?
still.
It just so happened to catch Vin. Ugh. Psycho Axe. Again, dude.
And I like those confident commitments too from the side of Aerofon. So continue to present that just raw. And again, the callouts we were mentioning it from the side of Aerofon. Vin's got some really good callouts as well. Plant the bomb. Let's see, how do you detonate? No defuse kit.
Ooh. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
I love that.
The
And cheeky little
reset?
reset, and the reset not able to poke confirm off the counter, and that was going to be it. Oh, no punish on the raw sweep, the whip.
It's too scary because of the fact that he had the trigger. So I understand that from the side of Vin, but watch out. There's got to be a command grab. This guy, you could smell it from Aerofon Pierce. This guy is like, he's trying to set it up too. He's throwing those crouching jabs to catch you slipping, and then eventually he's going to dash up and try to grab you.
So might as well spend and take the risk with the jabs, because now Aerofon at a risk of going 3-0. He said we can't go to 3-3, but a donut might be in Aerofon's future.
Donuts sound really good right now.
They do. It is the perfect time for donuts.
Oh.
I could go nuts for some donuts right now, but I'm going nuts for this Street Fighter action. Loser semifinal. Ooh, that was clean.
Oh. And I like that. Yeah, I do admire, him using the reversal just to kind of reset the situation a little bit, because every single time that the moments have been reset, Aerofon has been like the aggressor and has usually found the success. But that's, Vinpetrolium going for that slide, exercising that option, like he wanted to go into the activation anyway. So him actually hitting and not like going into the trigger was super smart, right?
Yeah.
Up until this point.
Yeah, spent all the trigger as well, trying to get a catch, maybe trying to escape the EX there, but now not feeling very good about that spend. Scissor kick connects, and this is where the party starts. The throw pressure and, not letting him jump. The thing that Aerofon was so good about before was locking down his opponents in the corner.
Oh, that
locked
could have been
down
a big
now
punish.
himself. Are you dead? No, not just yet. One more, but the back throw.
Oh my lordy. I wonder if if Vinpetrolium, yeah, he was well within range to use standing medium punch. Like, even if he couldn't like micro walk forward, standing medium punch moves Bison so far forward to get that meaty.
Yeah, so
Regardless.
super interesting, but back into the corner. Not exactly sure what he pressed. How did he escape?
How did he even press medium punch after the Psycho Axe?
Yeah, I'm not
Excuse
sure.
me? Oh.
double dash, and he actually
was
evaded
so
the claw.
sick.
Wow!
It's the second time we've seen that happen within top 8 itself.
And the chase down on the V reversal once again. The bomb is
Oh,
placed and the
boy.
shimmy. Everything is coming up. Vinpetrolium one
The
more.
cross up! Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
And the shimmy. This is just an pretty much all-wheel drive for Vinpetrolium.
That was the cross-country chip, corner to corner. And just everything worked out. That was a turn, no signal.
He's on a great big convoy getting this 3-0, currently on match point. We'll see if Arafon Pierce has something to say about it. That was a medium punch that does get thrown on the startup of it. Does get interruption. Arafon just standing still, becoming target practice all of a sudden.
Yeah, double whiff throw. Goes back to a neutral position. I love this. Vinpetrolium from pure aggression. Goes back to patience and the dash is in once again. Gotta keep guessing. Yep, challenge out. Are you gonna spend it all? No, just a little bit. No, you are!
He's spending the whole thing. He wants to establish at least, getting closer to life, but he gets to see it come afterwards. Yes, I love that decision, just staying down.
Nice air to air. That trade is definitely in Vinpetrolium's favor because now gets some
He
feature.
thought he was gonna get grabbed.
And just runs away once again. Gotta deal with the position, this pressure, and you're done!
Oh.
So good. This time before, we saw the V trigger got punished because the orb didn't make it, but stuck between a rock and a hard place. As soon as that neutral came through, got caught by the EX, and a 3-0 for Vinpetrolium, trying to get to his cousin. Has a JabhiM in his future now, and Arafon Pierce.
JabhiM has just been so sturdy for these last couple of games, up until the final moment against Billy Date. But Vinpetrolium's been extremely patient in all of his matches and adapting very well to each and every one of these opponents. I want to see what he has in store in terms of adaptation against someone like JabhiM, who's also shown that same level of patience.
But there's still a lot of bust-out options for the Karen. We're going to see right here. Rashid's
the pick.
Hey, the entire bracket running the Bison.
So now you talk about the win conditions. One that's very shallow but very, very obvious is the fact that Rashid can lock you down in the corner pretty instantaneously and do it pretty consistently. However, I think if Karen can score the knockdown, no matter what kind of resources Vinpetrolium has, that's going to be pretty significant. Look, now it's just going to be a defensive slaughterhouse right now for JabhiM. The fact that, Rashid no longer has a reliable wake-up option, it makes Karen that much more dangerous in the matchup.
Yeah, and that danger has definitely been seen because we talked about how readily that Rashid can take you to the corner, which is what we saw right there. But in the beginning, it was all JabhiM, but Vinpetrolium feeling good about this one now. Ooh, and staying at that perfect spacing. Air neutral, air footsies.
How many walls did he just come off of?
I think it was 2. Back to back. Activation. Getting frame trapped. Yeah, that was clean.
Oh, you barely missed.
I love the attempt at the air-to-air, though, staying active on defense.
No, I think move forward. Oh, boy. Swinging for the fences. JabhiM is actually still one touch away. You cannot throw the whirlwind shot. That is Season 1 Karen coming through in full force. How many times has JabhiM gotten away with using EX Sapo passive projectile?
It has been so consistent. And the fact that Vinpetrolium tried to represent that, it's a little rough. I know in the last game that JabhiM played, we saw that a whiff critical art was at the wrong distance, but, accidents happen here and there. And now that was a happy little punish. Ooh, good pickup right there with the V-trigger up to the skies. Tornado's still there. You got to deal with it.
Yeah, what's really important about that pickup is it gives him all the momentum in the world, too. And just at the right angle to get that cross-up, that was so tricky. We talked about how sturdy he was in terms of adapting to his opponents, but he is the one being the aggressor, so he's forcing JabhiM to adapt to this style of gameplay. V-Skill 2 is something that hasn't been too familiar in the realm of CPT. It may have been in EVO, but this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, and right now the ball game is definitely going out to Vinpetrolium, taking out JabhiM, but the quick little reset. No! Put yourself right back in the corner. Stun City potentially, but gets out. Oh, yeah, what a good chase down. We went corner to corner in an instant.
Yeah, that chase down effective enough to get the punish, but not only that. Okay, I was going to say maybe enforce the point in the corner, but I do like the patience exemplified from JabhiM. The big counter hit.
Again, you have to be so careful. Any hit confirmed from the side of Vinpetrolium will kill, and that is going to be a wrap right there into the critical art. Vinpetrolium getting the first game against JabhiM, and it's looking as confident as he was before in his set against Arafon Pierce. Switching over to Rashid, getting warmed up incredibly quickly, and that was not the snail's pace we were expecting from either side of the matchup because Bison was played very differently than Rashid. And already off to the races. You said you could get to the corner in an instant, and that's exactly what we saw.
There's just so much carry. This character's so fun.
That
is
was
so
sick.
tricky.
Yeah, the air neutral, you cannot anti-air conventionally. I mean, typically you have a hard time dealing with like axe kicks from Seth, changing jump arcs or air fireballs, but Vinpetrolium with the V skill 2 has different ideas and just committed to the EX right there. Even after the V skill was represented. Oh man, explode. Not just yet. Oh!
You're nasty? You're actually nasty?
It's against the law. That was illegal. Again, no anti-airs allowed.
Oh, Jesus. The double hand slam. Come on and slam.
Axe handles, and welcome to the jam.
That was disgusting. This guy, Vinpetrolium.
I mean,
He's so good.
He welcomed him to the jam. Is petroleum technically a jam?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's not edible.
It's not edible. But you gotta eat these meaties.
But wait.
We gotta find out. Wow. Again, able to escape. Not gonna have to deal with that any further, but I love that backing up to deal with it. And again, the movement from the V skill is just so much. Yep, EX% haul again. The fact that JabhiM is still committing to that even after seeing the V skill is so impressive to me.
Oh. There could still be a comeback to be made from Vinpetrolium. Just lets it out wrong.
Cheeky little reset right there.
So scary, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think like a touch and a half. Oh, you know, just a single touch for JabhiM. It confirms, too. That's exactly what you would need as a carrying player to get those moments, or at least enforce that fear from of movement from against Vinpetrolium.
Yeah, not afraid to continue to move on. Straight to the corner we go. Vinpetrolium with the mix-ups, but the V-shift keeps you safe for now. Again, air neutral. Oh!
Not the punish he was looking for, just slight jab. Nothing to really be afraid of. That was so sick. I think JabhiM crossed himself up because of that shift.
Yeah, that was cross up into counter hit too. One more gas and that cross up was
This
nasty.
character is sick. Vinpetrolium is this is the kind of tech I like to see. There's been certain moments from last year's CPT where JabhiM got exposed for matchups he wasn't too familiar with. But the body, like the character model was facing the other way, so it was like, where do you actually block?
Yeah,
right?
and got hit with a cross-up counter hit as well. So,
Oh
JabhiM
no!
yeah.
It's all downhill from here. JabhiM is going for things that aren't even there. You know, he's going for some of the Tenkos off of confirm or block normal. There you go, off of the first confirm we see. There, that's number 2. Let me see number 3.
Yeah, really chasing down and snuffing out those backdashes, but now stuck in the corner. Vinpetrolium feels good about this one. Oh man, category 5. Can you deal with it? Yes, and now stuck in the corner. Vinpetrolium.
That was a good block too from JabhiM. Just going for a normal block instead of anticipating like the V skill out.
Yep. Love that too. Now, you know, adapting really fast, and we talked about that from JabhiM, able to adapt at a rapid speed, and that's what you need at this point of the bracket. Oh yeah, no burgling today, no stealing. Vinpetrolium losing that round.
Round 2.
Good amount of meter to spare, but again, he has to tie it up here first, or needs a round on the board to put himself in a very favorable position to face off against Cousin yet again. No throw bait here, but does get the throw. That was a big sign. He's like, you know what? Oh, EX% finds the mark against this V skill 2.
Yeah, finally getting more comfortable with these anti-airs and, you know, just these throw situations too. Deal with the
Word,
Yep.
Good reaction. It was an excellent reaction to turn himself away from the V skill or V trigger one.
So many ways to change the trajectory on this Rashid. You have to be so aware. Finally, just the patient game from JabhiM. Really have to testing his reactions and testing the limits of this set. Gets a game on the board. Wonderful from JabhiM. V-trigger into critical art. Easy peasy.
What would be really sick to keep JabhiM on his toes, switch to Bison, then go back to Rashid.
Ooh, yeah. You gotta
know what I mean? Like,
adjust twice. Like be invulnerable through it. You know, that's a nice thought to change up, but nothing being changed up here, Vinpetrolium. And I don't disagree with him. You're already in a dominant position. You just got to do it one more time with the Rashid.
Yeah.
JabhiM definitely getting enough time to adapt.
I think he's enjoying himself with V skill 2 way too much to even change it up too.
Yeah.
Like even if he goes to V trigger 2, I think he'd want to like utilize V skill 1 as well. But
yeah. I mean, it's super fun to utilize, like air flip twos. Oh my goodness. And there it was. Didn't know the correct timing for the anti-air there because the options have been changed up so frequently. Sweet activate.
But look at how much more grounded Vinpetrolium has been because of the threat of JabhiM. Oh, that could have been... That
Even
was
better.
actually disgusting.
Whoa!
That was actually disgusting.
It was a pixel, but I mean, anything to finish the round.
Round 2.
We'll definitely take that out JabhiM.
Yep.
A very expensive way to get himself closer to tying the games, but Karen is such a battery. That is a beautiful punish, by the way.
Can she build it? Yes, she can.
Classic.
The gift that just keeps on giving. Career Kanzuki. Oh, nice. There's the anti-air again. It's the consistency of these anti-airs that have been starting to come out, and the V-trigger gets absolutely nothing done.
Yeah, I was gonna say from that range, JabhiM like is in the perfect spot to nullify that trigger almost instantaneously. Oh boy.
Again, there's the unfamiliarity, the uncomfortability into
It's not gonna kill though.
Yeah,
He
no.
has to get a reset. Eagle spike, back throw will do it. Oh, and you know JabhiM knew it.
Nice.
Ooh, that was awkward. Match point actually for Vinpetrolium.
Yeah, I mean, still a ton of resources for the side of JabhiM, but Vin looking so good, and it was all off that corner sequence.
Oh, this is terrifying. Once that crouching heavy punch rings out, it's like it deters Vinpetrolium from even taking to the skies again. Oh, well, not really. Hey, it was worth the bar though.
Yeah, EX or Senha to get that corner space and to anti-air once again. And now everything's coming up JabhiM. Every hit confirm is coming through. Anti-airs hasn't been whiffed once, but the jump out of the corner, and this is where everything fell apart before to the side of JabhiM. And I love that, the quick cancel. You're still, wow, you got out with that?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Makes a lot of sense. It's so tricky. JabhiM just biding his time. Yes, sir. That was a negative situation where Vin didn't want to press a button. So I understand the throw option. Exercise from JabhiM, more than enough damage. Even if he didn't go for that option, it could have been critical art, what have you. Karen hits like a truck, and she still had one more bar left. Someone in the chat.
Vinpetrolium, JabhiM. You know, we talked about it before. We haven't gotten the reverse sweep just yet, but this might be the time. You know, this David versus Goliath story. Can Vinpetrolium overcome Goliath JabhiM? And right now, it's looking good in this set.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice. Again, the low forward hit confirm coming out, but that's the first
That
EXTP. That is wild.
That actually worked, considering how much it's been nerfed this season.
Yeah.
Very shocking.
That was so good.
Oh, do it again.
Afterwards?
Yes. What a pickup from JabhiM. Dear Lord.
Ooh.
I haven't seen a pickup like that in a very long time. Crush counter, crouching heavy punch. Most people would go into like the Mugen, but immediately using EX Tenko into V-Trigger, what a whiff punish. This guy is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing short of spectacular for sure.
May not be in V-Trigger right now, but definitely playing activated. And now you just got to take the throw over and over again. This is the Karen special.
All downhill from here.
challenge.
Vinpetrolium. He's in danger. Oh. Raw EX Eagle Spike. Sorry, regular Eagle Spike. Activate. So much space to work with. Then back jumped in anticipation of the movement.
The robbery is happening. 2 more sequences. Now you're the one who is in a stun situation.
Oh! He can chip. He can chip.
Yeah, you can't block anything anymore.
Shoulder into critical art will do it. He's not going to go for it. It's too obvious.
Yeah, now got a little bit of that gray health back, so it might not be enough just yet.
Oh,
now
for
it
sure
is
now.
definitely.
Oh, you
Winport
know
hit,
it.
Yep. Everything, but it doesn't matter. The EX Senha at the end gets the job done. JabhiM with the reverse sweep.
Ooh.
Confident in the Karen. Gets it done. I absolutely love that performance from him, showing why one of the favorites for the tournament. And that composure, you know, definitely got one right in the chin off that V skill too. But figured it out, recomposed the game plan, and took it out.